Today I'm going to read chapter 4. It's called The Black Frigate from Stowaway. Carlito knew he must stay calm. He hurried up the road, slipped through the doorway, and knelt by his sleeping father. Gently he touched his shoulder. Papa bolted awake. When Carlito pressed his fingers to his lips, Papa got out of bed without a word. He followed Carlito outside, down the road, until they stopped in the shadow of a carreta. When Papa saw the ships, he shook his head sadly. Jesus Cristo, he whispered, crossing himself. He turned to his son and gripped his shoulders. There were tears in Papa's eyes. Mijo, he said, go wake your uncle. I'll get Senor Sola. We must be absolutely quiet. Do you understand? Yes, Papa. As long as the pirates think we're sleeping, we have some time to protect ourselves. Now hurry. Carlito's feet made no sound in the soft dirt. Soon Tio Roberto was on his way with many others. Candlelight glowed from Sola's window. The Presidio commander, Sergeant Manuel Gomez, was furious he hadn't been first to spot the pirates. He threw up his hands. What do you mean the cannons aren't ready? He yelled to his corporal, Jose Viejo. Sola stepped between the men and said, there's no time to blame. We must work together. Now this is what we'll do. Within an hour, the entire village knew about the ships. In the early morning darkness, the carretas once again were loaded. Sleeping babies were tucked into baskets, and older children helped with younger ones. Husbands embraced tearful wives. Mama begged Papa to come with her. Please don't go to the Fort de Mateo, she said. You are only a poor fisherman who knows nothing of war. Please. I must help the others, darling. You'll be safe at Batista Mission, and besides, Carlito will be with you. I'll follow as soon as possible. Carlito watched his parents hold each other as Nina hid herself in Mama's wide skirt. He wanted to be the man of the family and drive the carreta to safety, but he also wanted to watch the ships. As Carlito helped adjust the heavy wooden yoke for their oxen, he reasoned to himself, Papa hadn't actually ordered him to stay with Mama, so maybe it was all right if he didn't. By sunrise, the road into the woods, leading east to Mission San Juan Bautista, was crowded and traffic moved slowly. Women called to each other, and there was much confusion as children ran nervously from family to family. Carlito found his cousin. I have man business to take care of, he told the younger boy, making him promise to look after Nina. When Carlito started to explain all this to Mama, she smiled at him so tenderly he forgot his words. How could he tell her he was leaving? Minutes later, while she was passing out churros to the younger children, he ran from the forest to the beach. Along the path, he caught up to one of his friends, Ziba, who also had run away from his mother. The two of them arrived as a 15-foot sailboat surfed into shore. 6 of the roughest men Carlito had ever seen sloshed through the waves to pull the cutter out. They wore rings in their ears, had tattoos, and their hair was pulled back into pigtails that were stiff and black from tar. One man was bald. Hanging from his belt was a dagger that glinted in the sunlight. Carlito was fascinated to see a boy with them. A patch covered his left eye, and there was a pink scar running from his left ear to his chin. What was a boy his age doing on a pirate ship, Carlito wondered. An officer in blue uniform stepped out of the boat, carrying a white flag. Tucked under his arm was a rolled parchment with a red string tied around it. The crowd of Californians parted as the flag of truce moved toward the Presidio. Governor Sola did not smile nor offer the man a seat. He waited. Sir, I am Peter Corney, the man said in English. First in command aboard the Santa Rosa. Captain Bouchard of the Argentina has a message for you. Carlito and Ziba slipped unnoticed into the governor's quarters. They could see Papa, Tio Roberto, and 4 of Carlito's other uncles speaking to Corporal Vallejo. The men fell silent when Captain Corney began unrolling the letter. Begging your pardon, sir, but as I'm a born and bred Englishman, I do not understand Spanish. Here. Sola's eyes narrowed. He took the letter and held it in front of him, reading aloud in Spanish. To the commandant of the port of Monterey, dear sir, since the King of Spain has declared bloody war on my country, Argentina, I am making a defense by waging war on land and sea in every port King Ferdinand dares to call his own. Therefore, having crossed the Pacific Ocean to the coast, I now desire the surrender of your city with all the furniture and other belongings of the king. If you do not do so, the city will be reduced to cinders and also the surrounding villages. It is within my power to bring about this destruction. You may evade all the above spilling of blood by agreeing to my